AITA for wanting to meet my daughter after giving up my parental rights? Long story short, in my 20s I had a one-night stand with this guy, Nathan, now 41 meters, and got pregnant. I first thought of having an abortion, but Nathan had come from a conservative religious background, not Christian, and wanted the baby, so we made a deal. I would give birth to the child and sign away my parental rights. My name is not even in her birth certificate. It's a possibility in my country. And he would pay all the medical expenses plus some extra for my troubles. That's what we did, and didn't keep contact after his daughter was born. A few weeks ago, a friend of mine who has the same religion as Nathan sent me a post from her temple's youth group. They were asking for donations for the homeless, and one of the girls from the picture looked a lot like me. I searched for her profile and found out that she had Nathan's surname and had the right age to be the baby I gave away. She's 17 now and seems to be doing fine. She is involved in charity work, apparently loves music, and has lots of pictures with friends and family. Nathan, his wife and half-siblings. I never wanted nor want to be a mother, but I became curious to know more about this human I put in the world. So I texted Nathan's old phone number, which he has not changed, and asked if he would allow me to meet his daughter, since I gave birth to her and everything, and made my intentions clear. I do not want to interfere with his family, just to know her. He then wrote a long text which comes down to the fact that I am an asshole for wanting to know his daughter now after I abandoned her, and that this meeting would only mess up with her head. I told him I was telling him out of courtesy because soon the girl will be an adult and be able to choose herself if she wants to meet me. He then blocked me. Am I being the asshole here? I don't think there is any harm in meeting my daughter. She already has a great family, and it would only be beneficial to her to know about her own history. But maybe I am not seeing the full picture. Also, sorry for any mistakes or weird phrases. English is not my first language. Update. Hi everyone. First of all, thank you for your judgment. Some of you were pretty harsh and a bit misogynistic, to be honest. But I needed to hear what the well-intentioned comments had to say. Some answers to common assumptions. 1. I wasn't coerced into giving birth. Nathan and I reached an agreement in a situation that involved us both. I'll admit that I was young, didn't know what pregnancy was really like, and needed the money, which I'm not proud of, but hey, y'all are gonna judge me anyway. 2. I didn't want to reach out to Nathan's daughter just because she looks like me. I only mentioned it because this is what made me realize that the girl on the picture was the child I gave birth to, but it blew out of proportion. 3. I don't know why some people assumed Nathan is Christian and why they were judging him for being religious. He is Jewish and I am agnostic myself, but don't think it's a problem for him to have a strong bond with his religion. The one-night stand happened when we were very young, and I don't know what his views are about that. But it doesn't matter. His daughter apparently is very attached to their community, and it's important to her. Also, I might have used the word temple wrong, but I'm not Jewish myself. 4. When I said I don't want to be a mother, I didn't mean I didn't want a relationship with Nathan's daughter. I am not her mother, since I didn't raise and don't want to take this place from the person who truly did, his wife. I also chose not to have children of my own. So after reading your comments, I came to a better understanding of what my role is in this situation and decided to reach out to his wife through social media to try to make amends. She was very understanding and explained to me that Nathan had a couple of tough years being a single dad before meeting her, and me coming back like that made it seem like some of you pointed out, that I wanted to skip the hard parts and become a parent out of nowhere, which was never my intention. They told their daughter that her birth mother had to go back to her home country and couldn't take care of her, which was kind. The wife is going to talk to Nathan to leave the door open if their daughter wants to meet me when she's older, and I gave her all my contact information for when and if the time comes. I'll admit I was being a bit selfish here. So that is the best ending I could hope for. Thank you again. Honestly, I think YTA. You decided not to be in your child's life. It is not fair for you to now force yourself back into it because you want to. A more appropriate course of action would have been to reach out to provide current contact information and let him know that if she was ever interested in getting to know you, that's something you are open to. It should be her choice, not yours. Info. What are your exact expectations? What is the goal of meeting her? It sounds like it didn't come from some your deep introspection on missing the child you brought into this world. It sounds like someone mentioned there's a girl who looks like you and you just became curious to meet a younger version of you. So you didn't want her then. You don't want her now, but you're curious to see how she turned out? YTA. You have no desire to be in her life but want to meet her. Do you not think that would be upsetting to meet the woman who gave you away and learn she still doesn't care about you? Leave her alone. Sorry, but YTA. You mentioned you're curious about your dog there, but you don't want to be a mother. So I assume that this meeting will only be once and then you won't have an active role in his life. You only though about yourself and not about your dog there. Teens' years are delicate and fragile, and this meeting won't bring anything worth in her life. YTA. Nathan has been the parent to his daughter for 17 plus years. He knows what is best for her. You signed away your rights, which means you're entitled to be curious but not entitled to interject yourself into Nathan and his family's lives. Your response when he said no only reinforces how right he was to say no. You are doing this for yourself, not because you have any genuine care or concern for the girl you gave birth to. Leave them alone. If she wants to find you, she will. Soft YTA. You signed away your parental rights. You didn't want this child. You don't get to change your mind 17 years later and decide you want to insert yourself into her life, any more than any other stranger off the street should get to insert themselves into her life. If she wants to meet you after she turns 18, then that's her decision, but you already made your decision, and that was to not have this child in your life. Info. If you are simply curious about her, why don't you just ask her father about her and leave her alone? This way you keep your distance and fill your curiosity. If you don't want a relationship with her, then leave her alone. If one day she wants to meet you, then that should be her choice. You gave up your rights as a parent. I would say you did the right thing to do with asking. But he has a right to decline, and you have to abide with his wishes because you gave up your rights. Notice that she has a life, and you entering it would upend it. Her relationship with her parents may shatter. She may lose her innocence because she is unwanted by her bio mother. So yeah, YTA. And please do not enter her life. I'm not going to give a judgment, but I will give you my thoughts, advice. 1. Don't contact her until she is an adult, since her dad doesn't want you to. I would maybe wait until she's graduated high school and has settled into college, a job or whatever else she does post high school. 2. Don't reach out to her without being clear on what your expectations for her are and what you want from a relationship. If you want to meet her this one time and then move on with your life as if she doesn't exist, that would likely do more harm than good to her. Don't do this for your own selfish reasons. If you want to have a relationship with her, not parent-child relationship, but maybe friends or something, that's different. But be clear on what you want from her in this meeting. 3. Be prepared that she may not want to meet you, or that she will, but will be angry at you. potentially cry, and overall feel a jumble of emotions. She may not be sure what she wants from you. And that's okay. You need to let her lead this. Because she's the one that grew up without you due to your decisions. So even though you should know what you want going into the meeting from her, you need to be prepared to accept what she offers and let her lead the relationship. Really. Just be intentional. And put her first, don't be selfish. From the tone of your post, you seem a bit selfish. Like you want to meet her because you put her in the world. And not because you think it's the right thing to do. And you don't care about her dad's feelings. His feelings may not matter. But keep in mind he probably has her best interests at heart, but do you really ask yourself that? YTA. Leave her alone. If she comes looking for you, fine, but do not seek her out. YTA. Have you even considered how this would make your daughter feel? That you are only reaching out because you are curious? Not because you have discovered a longing to be a mother? If she chooses to find you, then that's her decision, but don't reach out just because you are curious. YTA. It's understandable that years later you might regret your decision. But you don't get to declare it's in her best interest for you to meet her. You made the request. You were denied. And now you have to live with the consequences of the decision you made. If she chooses to find you, that is her decision. You don't get to decide for her. You don't know anything about her emotional state in relation to you giving her up and whether meeting you could be harmful. YTA. She is not your daughter. You gave her up. You are a literal stranger to her. Leave her alone. YWBTA. If you contact this girl, you are not the off for wanting to know more about her or for wanting to meet her. But it isn't your choice now. If she reaches out to you, that is fine. It should be the child's choice whether to contact you, and what that communication looks like. Soft YTA. You can ask. Although I don't think you're entitled to it. But I understand his reaction and why he said no. You made a choice. It will likely confuse his daughter, and she can seek you out one day if she chooses to. Step back and think how hurtful and disturbing this would be for her. Don't find a way to meet her. It's her life and her choice. Wait for her to reach out. Don't be the awe. She is not an object to satisfy your curiosity. YTA. That girl is not her own personal tourist attraction. Nah, because you haven't done anything yet. May I suggest a passive version of this? My mom put her son up for adoption when she was in medical school. She did not try to find or contact him, out of respect for his parents, those that raised him. However, when he turned 21, she put her name in a passive database so that he could find her if he was looking for her. He was. And they got to know each other. My mother was always careful that her relationship with her bio son never impacted his mom. At his wedding we were guests, and sat with his friends, and let his family sit with him at the main tables and make the speeches. There is a respect that is owed to the person that raised your child. Please find a way to show it. YWBTA. If you reached out, yes, you decided to sever ties and sign away your rights, you can already see what kind of person she is becoming from a distance. She's well adjusted and taken care of. If she decides to seek you out later in life, so be it. But until then, interjecting yourself now likely won't yield whatever outcome you're seeking.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.